Good afternoon and good morning, you lovely lot. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this midweek edition of Wake Up Call. Starting the show slightly differently today, so it's that time of the week where we have the big clean here, so it's taking a bit longer, so we're on this side of the studio today. So we've got Joe, as you can see. Now, you were back last night, weren't you?
I was indeed, yeah.
A little bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit strange. I was just here for a launch party last night, and I'm back for a couple of days as well. So.
Can I just check though first? We've got Erin and we've got George in the gallery as well. Have we got the bleeper on standby? We've got the bleeper on standby just in case. Absolutely perfect.
No idea what you're talking about.
No idea.
No idea what you're talking about. I did borrow some of your deodorant this morning as well, just to let you know. If you can smell a bit of Linked Africa this morning, yeah, that's what it is. I forgot mine, and I came in and I thought, who's going to have deodorant? Craig will.
I will.
Boom, there it was.
What's mine is yours.
Oh, thanks, Craig.
Unless you see white chocolate and Coca-Cola, then no, it is not. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got coming up today on this midweek edition of Wake Up Call. And we have got another two stonking shows coming up with Sarah. Is going to be back in the studio with Joe. She's going to be coming up with a craft vault as well. A very, very special one. Not only is it special because it's a craft vault that we've not always seen for quite a wee while, but again, you're going to be back with the boss herself. 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then with it being a Wednesday, it means it's that essential show of the week and of the day, and that of course is Creative Craven. So Debbie Robinson, she's going to be back in for that one. So that's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, also with yourself. But you are going to see her before then, because she's going to be joining us halfway through Wake Up Call, and she's going to be doing a demo of something she's got coming up later on in the day, isn't she?
Yes, absolutely. What I also need to let you know about is the end of summer sale today as well. I know it's been running for a little while now, since the 22nd. Today is your last day to grab some amazing bargains, up to 70% off. What I would also say is that we have added brand new lines to that category as well. So loads of brand new items in there for you. So if you've already checked it, now's definitely the time to go back and give it another check, and that will all be culminating in that amazing end of summer sale roundup show with myself and Sarah, which will be at 3 p.m. today in the UK. That's 10 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast. Also, I need to let you know as well, make sure you come and get social with me. Crafters TV if you're over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching us over on YouTube as well. Loads of people tuning in and saying hello. Anyway, I guess I best clear off and let you tell everyone what's coming up in the show. So
let's do that.
Right,
let's go over and show you. See you shortly. Right, let's have a look and see what I have picked out to showcase today on Wake Up Call. And we're going to start with something I've not seen for a while, and it's not been on Crafters TV for a little while. And this is something where on the today's price, you're already going to be saving 40%. This is your Favour Box Die and Stencil collection. Now you've got a 4-pack. In total, you've got 20 elements. So once again, your today's price being £40 or $47. What you're then going to be paying for your platinum is £32 or $37.60. This, of course, is part of the end of the summer sale at 40%. So this bundle is actually just slightly cheaper than that. So it's a win-win for that one there. So that is my first pick, and that I'm going to be having a look at first of all within Wake Up Call. But that is part of the craft vault coming up later on in the day. So that is what we will look at first. But then what we're going to be looking at with Debbie, that you'll be able to start to mix and match with them. Debbie's got a good demo coming up with these ones, where she's going to be mixing and matching, and that is the triple easels. This is the 5-pack die collection. So in total, you're going to be getting 53 elements here. Now, these are designed to create your fancy shaped easels, but as we know by now, we can create lots of different styles, lots of different looks, and lots of different apertures with these ones. If you've not seen them before, then Debbie will go over them just shortly. But with these ones here, these are your triple easels, on the today's price being £49 or $62. Does work out that you're saving over 50% on the today's price, but with platinum, it's going to come down even more. even with a craft vault item, end of the summer sale, it still comes down even more on your platinum price, being £39.20 or $49.60 for you guys stateside as well. And also it does actually just work out that's slightly bit cheaper with the 40%. So that's going to be a nice little, I'm going to say an essential to have within your crafting as well. If you're not going to use them within the easel aspect, you don't have to, but nice for mats and layers and also your apertures or frames too, which would work really well with creating really fabulous easel cards, shape cards, aperture cards using the Sarah Signature collection. This one being the Vintage Diary, which I haven't seen for quite some time now, and we've got the big collection. So let's go over all of the details here. It is the Vintage Diary collection. You've got 30 embellishments, 50 elements and 36 sheets of your cardstock and pattern paper. Now on the today's price you're going to be paying £87.05, and for you guys stateside you are of course going to be paying $119.03. You're going to be saving over 45% on that one here. Platinum comes down at £69.64 or $95.22. If you go for that big bundle, it does actually work out that you are saving an extra £10, $10, €10 by going for that big bundle than if you were to go for them individually as well. So you've got that good bundle there. So it's a different take, you know, it's something a bit different than maybe flowers and butterflies, and it's really reining it in and going down that vintage, hence the name there. So of course, whether it's going to be the craft vault with Sarah and Joe, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 AM Eastern Time, 7 AM Pacific Time, or hopefully you're going to stick with Joe and Debbie for the Creative Cravens, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 PM Eastern Time, 11 AM Pacific Time. They've got lots coming up. We've got lots coming up on Wake Up Call, and I'm away to go and get myself sorted for the first demo.
Well, you go and get yourself sorted.
Well, I go. Let's do. I'll go that way, and I'll see you over on that side in a minute.
See you over there in just a minute's time. Loads of you tuning in and saying hi already this morning. Evangeline is in Guam. Lisa's in New Jersey. Terry's in Ohio, Terry. Betty's here as well, as I can see from Oklahoma too. Now, something else that I need to tell you about, something we launch every single Monday, is of course this week's Get It, Got It, Good. And this week's is all about the pop-out characters, that incredible craft kit with a stonking great saving on it as well. £10 or $10 off, but only for this week. You're going to get everything that you need in here, the stamps, the dies, your papers, your card blanks, your envelopes, and of course full video tutorials as well, available at crafterscompanionbox.com. Make sure you snap it up because it will only last until, well, of course, until stocks last, or until the end of Sunday, because we'll be launching another brand new Get It, Got It Good on Monday. So make sure you grab that one if you've had your eyes on it. But I know Craig's got absolutely loads to share with us over the next sort of hour and a half or so. So where are we starting, Craig?
Right, let's start with the craft vault, and let's start with our favourite box dies and stencil pack. Now all of these ones you're going to be getting on the today's price have been £40 or $47, but platinum price it does come all the way down to £32 or $37.60. If we go back to the today's price, you're actually saving just over the 40%. Part of the end of clearance sale that we've got, summer clearance sale today, and this is what is coming up with Sarah and Joe. So we're going to have a look at these ones here because they are a mix of your stencils and dies, and I'll explain that in a minute. Of course, as well for you guys, Central Europe, you just need to go onto your website. All your prices within euros are there. All three, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu for you guys, Central Europe. So that's where you need to go as well. But what we're going to do is we've got our fab boards to show you exactly what to expect that you're going to get. These ones being the ornate box, so this is the ornate favour box here. So what you've actually got, I know it's harder to see here, but it's actually a template or a stencil on this side here. You're going to draw around it, cut it out, and then you're going to get your actual template that's going to create the box. You can, by using your large Gemini or your Pro, you can run it through with the embossing mat, emboss all the outline details, cut it that way. That's up to yourself, but we will be using a pen in a moment. Then what you've got is you've got the dies as well. Now what you've got is you've actually got 4 sets in each pack. So you get 4 that are identical to this and 4 of your identical outlines. So that makes it a little bit quicker to do all the die cutting for your panels. Use this one on its own without the outline, means you can cut into the side panels of the favour boxes, but if you use the outline box die, that means that you can create separate panels. So that one is the ornate favour box. So everything that I'm showing you is what you're getting for that price on the screen today. You've then got the Happy Heart favour box. Exactly the same idea. What you will find, if I quickly bring this one back in, it is the tops of the boxes that are going to be changing. So within this one, you've got the love hearts here. So once again, exactly the same. You get 4 like this, 4 like that. Makes it easy. You might want to use them on your own, which you can do. Then what we've got, this one actually comes together and it makes something that looks like a turret to me, or a castle, and I've got a few finished examples in a moment to show you. We've got the country cottage favour box, so different style again, but all along the exact same lines. These for me, Joe, this design, this would look lovely as a stencil. Ink through it, or spritz through it, or paste through it. And what you can do is, because you've not got the outline attached to this, if you do that, I don't know, let's say in a line of 3, or say you do a block of 6 or a block of 9, that's a full stencil you've created on your own.
Incredible.
So that would look lovely. So that's your country cottage. And then we've got the locking hearts. So this is another one with the hearts. It's a different way to lock because the hearts lock together. But once again, exactly the same idea. 4 of this die, 4 of this die. You've got the stencil / template you're going to draw around, or of course you can do your embossing if you want. So that is your locking hearts. So let's go through and let's show you some of the finished examples that you've got. This is the one that I'm actually going to be demoing, not this style, but this box here, being the ornate favour box. So this is where you've got that nice little elegant slope at the top here as an opening and closing. So you might want to go 2 different tones that you can see. Very elegant, sophisticated, very bright and fun that we can see on this one here. Then we've got the love hearts on this one. So again, 2 different looks, 2 different styles. So you can then of course use the die on its own, decorative die, and this is cutting into the card. So something like vellum on the back, or acetate battery operated tea light would look lovely. Again, they are favour boxes, so good for your favours. We've got the interlocking hearts here. So within this one, it's 1 of each. So this one is used the die and the outline die to cut out the pink panels. Added a little bit of decoration from our own crafty stash. This one being cut in.
So it looks so really different, nice, considering that they're the same box style.
Exactly, they do, don't they? And bring in your flower form and foam, your embellishments, all these sorts of things you can be using. And then your country cottage that you can see here, where I was saying it reminds me of the top of a castle or a turret or anything along those lines. Bringing in your mixed media colours, your craft cards, your browns, going in with your blacks and that. You can have a lot of fun. And just looks completely different, but from exactly the same stencil and die set that you can see here. So I think what we can do is, if you can give me 2 moments, Joe, I can get myself sorted, and then we can then go into a demo using the ornate box.
Loads of people still saying hello and tuning in from all over. Conrad Cutter's in from the UK. Lisa's here as well, I can see from Minnesota. Laura in Virginia. Polly's in Florida. Gamma is in Dallas as well. So all over the show today, which is awesome. Any questions you've got about absolutely anything coming up in the show or throughout the day, you can get them into me very easily. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across over on YouTube, remember as well. Jane Quigley says, good morning to you all. Managed to do most of my housework so I could watch with a cuppa. Happy days. And Crafty Becky says, Vintage Diary is one of my top 3 Sarah signature collections of all time. Stocked up on the Vintage Diary sale. And Shirley just simply says, I love watching you guys. How cute is that?
How cute. Love that. So nice to hear things like that. I love being on with you as well, Joe. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I can only imagine how the rest of the week's going to go with us together.
Well, it's only today and tomorrow, I'm afraid.
You're not in with Friday?
I'm not in on Friday, Craig.
No,
I'm away
shorter
on Friday.
week for you, is it?
It's a very, very short week for me this week, yes.
Oh.
I am off to sun myself at the weekend. Should be lovely.
Lucky thing. Well, it's well deserved, so I know that you'll have a cracking time, but you will be missed. You're not away for long though, are you?
I'll be back with you next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be 80% ice cream and Aperol by that point.
Well, at least it's not like 3 weeks or whatever it was the last time.
Just a couple of days. Just a couple of days.
what I've done here, Joe, is I've brought in the stencil and my cardstock. Now, I've already got one already done, so I'll start to draw around this one. I'm doing it onto black, but what I'll do is I will then do this one onto white, so it's easier for you to see. So all that you're going to do is using a pencil, which I would suggest. I am using a pen to make it easier for you to see. You would go all the way around your stencil or your template. And what you can do is, if you are using a pen, don't worry too much about the lines, because the way that you're going to fold it in, the lines won't be seen because they will be on the inside. But by simply going all the way around, you're going to follow the template. And in the past, we've showed you how you can emboss using your templates, or more specifically, your stencils. So you can do exactly the same with this one. It will go through your A4 Gemini, or of course your Pro, and then run it through with your embossing mat. That embosses all of these lines, and then it makes it even easier for you to follow. But I do just like to go in with my pen.
You know, we
or
have
pencil.
that pattern spray that you can get from our soft craft division, Craig. I wonder if that would work with stencils. You know the one? It's like a chalk spray, isn't it? Have you seen it?
No,
you
I've
basically
not seen
hold
that.
it down over a pattern and you spray,
Right.
and it leaves like a chalky residue behind. I wonder if you could use that on a stencil.
Oh, need to. I think Bernie's in the building.
It's like spray chalk essentially, but I wonder
Right.
if it would mark out the lines for you.
Okay. I'm intrigued by that one.
We'll find out.
We'll need to find out. So what I've done here is I have gone round with my scissors, just to say as well, if you have an electric die cutting machine, what you can do when you've actually drawn round it, you can scan it in and use the blade function to cut it out.
Okay,
So if
excellent.
you've got a scan and cut a cameo, anything like that, you can scan in your drawn image for it to cut out using the blade instead of scissors. So you've got that option if you want. So I've done exactly that within the black, and you can actually see my score lines. I've added red liner tape on 3 tabs at the bottom and the side. So all that I need to do now is fold it. So all of these lines here, you're going to fold. You're folding in. And as you would do with any template, you're following the lines. You're going to give them a good score and a good burnish. And that is when it's going to make it easier for it to assemble and come together. And with this one, all of the parts, they fold inwards, apart from these little half semicircles. They're going to fold back on themselves. And what I would say about this one, the ornate box, it's not necessarily a box where you're going to open and close all the time. If you want to completely seal it, you're actually going to be sealing the top parts, which
Okay.
I'll explain that in a moment. The other ones, you've got that opening and close tab. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come in. Actually, tell you what, before I actually assemble this bit, I have got some of our texture cardstock. So this is just from our 12 by 12. And then the dies that come with this one, this is where I was saying you get 4 of each of them. They're exactly the same, and they make it a bit quicker for you to do each panel. So I've already done 2, so what I'll do is I'll do the final 2, Joe, and then we can then go on to the next part of the favour box.
Sounds good. Lots of you loving these as well. It's called Mark Away, the spray, Rachel
Mark
says.
Away.
I never tried it on card though. Might be worth a go. Joy says these boxes are so nice. Absolutely love these. I know lots of you probably own these already. In our later show, I'd love for you to spend pictures in of these if you already have them and you've been making them up. I know, do we get instructions with these as well, Craig?
We absolutely do. So if I go into my pack that I've got here to the side of me, they are, as you'll be able to see, they are very self-explanatory from what I'm doing. And, thrown it. And I know Sarah will be having a look at them as well. But you do get your little bit of a tip sheet. So you've got your 4 steps there. This is by explaining it by going through your pen or your pencil, going all the way around, but it does step you through. A little bit of tips about maybe the cardstock you want to use, how to decorate it, but that is there. Always remember, these have been featured in the past, so all our past shows, as well as today's ones, they always stay on YouTube, so you can go back, you can have a look, you can follow any of the past tutorials that we've done on these ones, or do you know what, you can make all of your own designs if you want. And what's more, all of our items that we bring to you from our product development, they are all what we would call an angel-free policy, which means that you can make and you can sell them if you want, and you can sell as many as you want. There's no limit, and you can make as much as you want, whether it's for charity or for your own personal profit. That's what I love about us here as well, how we can do that. But I'm going to come out here. So what I'm going to do is, if I take the purple one out, so we can see you've got really nice detail. Reminds me of a mandala in this one here. Got a mandala look, but you've got little points that you could do a little bit of gem pinpoints or that if you want. But that's that one, and then what we're going to do is bring in this one. So that's my 2 pattern, and then what I'm then going to do is let's bring in our green, and then I'm going to come in with the outline. And I can do the outline die just in the green. And if I was using my large Gemini, you know, my A4 or even my Pro, I could have done all of these layers at once. But you know what I'm like, I am just a lover of my Junior. So I like to use that when I can. Run these ones through, stick them together, and then I've got something fun to finish it off. I think it's fun. I think
Erin's
you'll
just
think it's fun as well.
Me and Erin just chatting away there. She says, I think these are very close to Mardi Gras colours, Craig, these. But it's green, purple.
Erin said that before.
Yeah, and maybe it has yellow as well. Do you know who would know? Is Susie T.
Susie T.
She's in New Orleans. I bet she would know what the Mardi Gras colours are. Susie T, if you're out there, step in and help us out. It is very early in New Orleans, I will point out. So maybe she's here, maybe she's not.
Before we went live, Joe, I was speaking...
Almost felt a bit like a séance then, didn't
séance.
it? If you're here in the room, Susie T, make yourself known, tap twice.
Oh, brilliant.
Just move something, my paper pad falls over.
Yeah, something like that. But no, you're right enough, because before we went live, myself and Erin, we were talking about what I was away to do in a minute to finish off, and so we're talking about the green and the purple, and how if I added some yellow, it would be very Mardi Gras sort of look. So yeah, you've got that look to it for sure.
I'd love to go to New Orleans, Craig.
I would. Do you know something? I've never thought much about New Orleans, and again, forgive me, I know many at your home will be like, oh, here he goes. But the other year when WrestleMania was in New Orleans, and they were there for the full week, and the amount of things that they were doing and showing you that happens in New Orleans, not wrestling related, but just things that they do, and that, I was like, I would love to go there. I think it looks so
Purple,
fun.
green and gold, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, is that Mardi Gras as well?
That's the Mardi Gras colours.
Okay. That's that.
I feel like we might need to learn more about Mardi Gras now, Craig. Now we've started chatting about it.
I think we
might have to just pop onto Wikipedia just for a second. Bear with, hold the line, caller.
So what I've done is I've done 2 where the green's on the back, purple's on the front, and then I've done the other 2 where the purple's on the back and green's on the front. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add these panels on. So anything with panels, I'll tend to add them before I start to assemble. So I'm going to go the green one on the top first. Then I'm going to go in with the purple. Then I'm going to go in with the green. And then we're going to go purple again. And the reason I was going with these is kind of Halloween colours. So if you are going to go out trick-or-treating, maybe you want to put little backs of goodies in here, of sweeties, or candy in here, or you know, you want to then make a little bit of a feature. Whereas, remember a couple of weeks ago, myself and Debbie, we had that game where we popped our hand, you know, in the box and we had to guess something. What you could do is you could then kind of like, you know, maybe do a mini version, and the kiddies could pop their little hand or their finger and try and guess what it is that's in the box.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Could do that, absolutely.
Have some fun. Have some fun with them.
I've got some info on Mardi Gras if you'd like it, Craig.
I would do.
Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday apparently, refers to the events of the carnival celebration beginning on or after the Christian feast of the Epiphany and culminating on the day before Ash Wednesday, which is known as Shrove Tuesday. Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday, reflecting the practice of the last night of eating rich fatty foods to begin the ritual Lenten sacrifice and start fasting for the Lenten season. Also, associated holidays, I've got to get it in there. Sweden, you know how I feel about Swedish buns, Craig?
Yeah, we do.
In Sweden, the celebration is called Fettisdagen, and the Festlighetsbula is eaten, more commonly known as semla. The name comes from the words fat and Tuesday. Originally, this is the only day you should eat Festlighetsbula. There you go. It's truly international for you today here on Crafters TV.
How interesting on that one.
I wonder if Erin understood absolutely any of that.
Any of it. Do you think so?
Not a clue. The New Orleans bit. In Sweden in March, I usually go to Sweden in March, and they have these beautiful little buns filled with like cream and cardamom. And that's what they eat. Apparently Fat Tuesday, it's the same thing. Who knew?
How nice does that sound? Sounds good.
What's going on here? What is that?
What am I doing? Right, so I've assembled the box, and this is where the lid, they just pop in together, but you would need to seal this lid if you were wanting to have something in it. There's not like a clip or a hook or anything like that. But I thought what we could do, I've gone in with our Cosmic Shimmer. This is our Polar White glitter paste. It's in stock on the website. And then I'm going in with my alcohol re-inker. This is the DR1. This is our red. And I thought, what we could do, how could I get the effect of like dripping blood that we've got coming down the side of the box?
Glittery blood.
So I've got a little, a spatula. You can use one of your scoring tools, the back of your brush if you wanted to. And I thought, what we could do, got a little plastic container or tub, and then I'm going to go around.
Like crafty food colouring.
It is like that, isn't it? Yeah. In actual fact, you could, with the glitter paste, you could use red food colouring if you want. Obviously, you can't eat it, but you can use food colouring to dye it if you want. And I thought it would maybe be something a little bit different to have dripping down the side. And I say it quite loosely because I don't want it to be pouring down, otherwise it's not going to stick. You want to have that element of stability, so it's not going to drip all the way down. But what we can do is give that a little bit more of a mix, and this will still dry hard once you've popped it on, and you'll still get the sparkle through, even though we've used the alcohol ink. And I'm going to go in with the spatula for this one because it's a little bit easier, but I thought maybe we could just have it so that we're along the top.
Spooky.
And then we can give it a helping hand. The more liquid you have it, then the more it's obviously going to start to drip down itself. The other thing that you could do if you wanted to...
It looks like a wound, Craig.
A wound? Yeah, it could do, couldn't it? It's oozing it out of the box. It's falling out of the box. Let's give
Brings
it
a whole new meaning to the out-of-the-box experience, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really, really does. So what I want to do is I want to give that a little bit of a flatten.
I'm loving this.
So I don't actually want to see any of the purple or the blue or the black underneath. I want it relatively thick so that it does look like you've got that whole lot of blood just dripping down. Let's go there. You can tell I like my horrors, can't you? Here we go. So let's go on. What do you call them, Erin? Scary. Oh, you call them scary movies.
They're not called horrors, apparently, in the States. Here we go.
Horror flick. See, you say scary movie, and I think of that comedy scary movie. I've got that. But yeah, have a little bit of a play. I would go all the way round to have a feature of it. But you can do little bits down in the bottom, into here, into the corner. So we're oozing all the way out. And don't forget, even if you wanted to use this glitter paste to go through a stencil, you can colour it yourself. So it's a nice little top tip as well for you. But here we go, let's just start to flatten it out slightly again. So we've got it oozing all the way down. And you're kind of getting the idea as to where I'm going with this one here. And it'll stay dimensional as well. So it'll stay
Rachel, our
relatively
social media superstar, says, is it wrong? It looks a bit like icing and I want to eat it.
Yeah, you've got that look to it, don't you?
She says, I must be very hungry this morning.
You've got that look. So you've got front way, if you want to go in with your cardstock, anything like that. But then if you go around, you're starting to get that drip and that oozy. You can use more of your ink if you want to. It'll make it a little bit more free flow and it'll let it naturally fall down as well. But I don't want it too much because I don't want it to fall straight off the box. So giving it that little bit of stability, but then you can see that will dry hard. You'll get that bit of a sparkle even though you're using alcohol ink. If you do use food colouring, once again, you can't eat it, but you'll still get that sparkle coming through as well. So it's a nice little bit of an extra tip as to what you can do. That was the Polar White Sparkle Paste from Cosmic Shimmer. It is in stock on the website, and that was DR1, which was from the Alcohol Reinkers, which is in stock on the website as well. But that one, part of the craft vault that's coming up with Sarah and Joe, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. It's your favourite box, die and stencil collection, 20 elements in total, £40 or $47 for you guys stateside, but everyone that's platinum is going to be paying even less, which comes down to £32 or $37.60 for all of you.
What a fantastic deal. And talking about fantastic deals, I've got more things that I'd like to share with you. We're going to have a look at the pop-out sentiments. Now, this is how they look when they come to you. This is the die and how it goes together and how it works. And then what I'm going to show you is how you're going to put these together into some of your projects. So you're saving over 50% here, which is awesome. But the great thing is they're going to make the inside of your cars look as amazing as the outside of your car. So you've got best wishes. You're also going to receive many thanks. I love this particular one here. How cool is that? This one has then happy birthday on the inside of there. So all really usable sentiments, which is great. This one here has got with love. And the other one you're going to receive in here as well is this one just here, which is just for you. You get all 5 of those for that amazing price. It's a half price deal. It's just less than half price, in fact, but do make sure you snap those up. They're going to be coming up with myself and Sarah in that later Craft Vault show, which is awesome. I'm going into my Craft Vault down here because I want to share with you something else. Now, the whole collection of this has not been in stock for ages, and just look at some of the cute sort of projects that you can make with these. So what this is all about, it's all about these recipes that we have on here. We've got 3 different styles, but they are all tried and tested and working recipes. So you could do things like bake the recipes and give them along with the recipe in a project. You could actually make these cute little kilner jars with them as well. There's so many different things that you can do. They are just back in stock, and you also you buy 3 and you get 1 for free, which is awesome. Let me show you then what you're receiving in here, because this is how they come to you. All different styles, great for tags, wonderful for card projects. As I said, you get the full recipe in here, all your little embellishing stamps, and then all the dies that you need to cut those out, and the stamps there, as you can see. So you've got your hot chocolate here. This one is your comfort, joy and cookies with that delicious chocolate chip cookie recipe that you've got just there. As you can see, you've got 'Tis the Season to Bake Cookies. Oh yeah, it is. Baked with Christmas magic as well. And then we've got this one here, which is your Baking Spirits Bright. And this one has got your homemade fruit muffin recipe within there as well. Love these little tag dies that you've got in there also. Now, not only are you getting that, you are going to get as well the Santa's Kitchen paper pad as well. It's back in stock for you. 32 sheets of this. Now, you can go for this on its own if you want. I think it's a really wonderful Christmas pad to have. It's also got quite sort of, it's a bit, I'm not going to say different, it's unusual. It's got lots of like nice pastel-y Christmas tones in here, as well as all the traditional ones that you'd come to expect. But you can grab all of that as a platinum member for $35.98 or $47.98, which is a great, great deal. It hasn't been in stock for ages, so it's really great that we've got that back in stock right now for you. Marisol saying, great idea, Craig. Would never have thought to use the paste with that. Alison says, my son is a new film production / screenwriter graduate, and I had to help him make fake blood for a short film. And my poor daughter had to be the dead body. It was fun to get very, very crafty. Oh, bless your daughter. Christina says as well, good morning, Craig and Joe. Just joined in. What did you use to cut the box? You cut it out with scissors, I believe, didn't you, Craig?
I did, yeah. I just used my large scissors to cut that one out. I did.
Amazing. Any other questions you've got, get them in. A lot of people still talking about Mardi Gras. Joy says, Joe, I lived in New Orleans. Yes, purple, green and gold are the colours. And Joy saying, yes, it is a celebration before let's try it again. Fasting for Lent, which is amazing. So we just get Pancake Day. You guys get a whole like massive celebration. I think you guys have definitely got the right idea, and Aisha is loving the papers. Now, not just myself and Craig. Oh no, Debbie's with us in the show today, so she's coming on in.
I'm going to come on in. I'm going to come on in. I'm fine, thank you very much.
Good, lovely to see you. Steady.
Let me stand back. I'm going to knock in everything, absolutely everywhere. So I'm just going to stand here and behave myself.
Okay.
For once.
Oh, and you just going to stay there.
No, I tell you what, I'm really excited because I'm going to come in and I'm actually going to come into this show and do a little demonstration.
Nice.
Because Sarah at the minute is just a tad busy, so we couldn't get Sarah just to come in at this time. So I'm going to do a little demonstration with something that's coming up with in the craft vault. And I'm kind of doing a couple of things that are in the craft vault and bringing them both together to show you that I can use them in not just the way that they are. So I'm going to be using the lovely easel cards and the birthday month stamps as well together, a little hybrid one there.
Check you out, showing off.
Get me showing off, yeah. But I am looking forward to tonight, 7 p.m. UK time, because I've got obviously creative cravings, and we've got, as you can see, lots of goodies coming up too. So that's me all sorted for today.
Absolutely. Well, I guess, are you going to give us a bit of a demonstration? Do you need to run off and
so can I go and run over there?
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we just take a little break?
Oh,
we'll give ourselves a bit more time.
Even better.
We'll put our feet up for a bit. In fact, let's share with you all the details of Club Inspire. How about that?
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
And that's us, all at Crafters TV. So this is all the fun that we like to have, and well, you do as well, because you tell us on a daily basis, so thank you for that one. But what we're going to do is we're going to now have a look at something else that's coming up that Debbie touched upon just a moment or two ago, where Sarah's going to have these, but we've got Debbie doing the demonstration, and that is all about the Triple Easel collection. So this is the Triple Easel. This is the 5 pack collection. Now you're going to be getting 53 elements in total. So you can see there on the screen your today's price being £49 or $62. It does work out that you're saving over 50%. It's actually just a tiny little bit more than that. Also works out it's the best deal yet on these ones, but even better than that when it comes to the platinum price, comes down even more to £39.20 or $49.60. Of course, you guys across Central Europe, you just need to go onto your website. Your prices are there as well. Really good for doing your shaped easels. That's what they're all about. But as you crafters at home know, you can use these in so many different ways. They will all go through at least your Gemini Junior and your Midi, and some of the really small ones will even go through your Go and also your Mini. So with these ones here, you can see all of the details on the screen there, 53 elements in total, but the best way to see them is by our uber famous boards that you guys love, who in actual fact, Debbie's got them across on the other side, haven't you, Debbie?
I have indeed, and I do love a good triple easel. Now, we say triple easel, but both myself and Craig know that you can actually add more layers to these. So they can not only just be as in the normal easel form, as in, I'm talking the triple easel form, and I'll show you just for a second what I mean by that, so that you can see them, how they would normally work. So you get them standing upright, literally behind each other, don't they, Craig?
Yeah,
However,
they do.
there is so many ways you can use them, and I'll show you a few more samples in a moment, and then a way that I'm going to use them. And again, like I said, crossing over with some other items that we've got on that show later. So firstly, the styles that we've got them in. We've got the triple easel circles. The circles I love because they've got a scalloped version on the outside, as well as the traditional circle on the inside. And you're getting all of those dies. So you've got the 6 main dies that are going to come by, used together, are going to bring your easel card together. Then you've got the extra elements. You've even got a little sentiment on there. So we've got this word hello. You've even got the dies that create the stoppers to hold them up as well. So absolutely fabulous. I love the circles, really lovely, but I love all the other shapes that we have for you as well. So this one,
different, yeah.
they are, yeah. So this one is the flowers. The flowers, again, a lovely design. I can see as well, and I know Craig's probably the same, you can see the ability to create with these in different ways as well, with matting and layering on certain projects. You could use them individually, use them all together. You can create some really nice designs. And you've also got down here a lovely decorative panel that you can actually use again with this collection or in your other crafty stash that you have. So that's the beautiful flowers. My favourite, I love the hearts.
Me too.
I just love this one. The hearts are just fabulous. And again, use them all together to create your different gradient of sizes from your small, your medium to your large. As with all of them, you've got the dies to create the stoppers. You've got the word love on here. So again, really nice. And not just the word love, but actually the mats that goes behind it as well. So I just think that all of this collection is fabulous. And looking at that price on screen, then I did a little bit of a double take. Then I was like, is that right for all of these? I think we might have made a mistake, but we haven't.
I
It's
think
our
so,
Sarah.
but hey,
Did you think the same?
I thought so. But
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got the hexagons. The hexagons, again, a really lovely, versatile shape. Lots of ways you can use them. Yes, they've been designed with easels in mind, but I can see, again, that potential to take them into your other items. What about the lovely Beautiful collection? You could use this one in there.
Ooh,
so, yeah, honestly, this is a gorgeous one. And you've got the lovely word friend on there as well. And that decorative element, isn't that gorgeous, that decorative part? I love that.
Is.
Absolutely beautiful. And then lastly, but by no means least, we've got the gorgeous ornate frames. And again, another favourite. I love the design of this one, that beautiful intricacy that cuts out. You've got the inner parts that will put your mat and layer on. The decorative panel on this one, absolutely fabulous. Again, I can see potential to take this out of the easel card and use this for frames, those kind of things. Put your pictures of your loved ones behind there. Lots and lots of ways that you can use them. So they've been designed with that in mind, the versatility, and that's what I adore about them. And they really are fabulous. Craig, can I show you a couple more? Oh, let me show you this one.
See what you can
Let
do.
me show you this one. So slightly different, this one, where it's being used on an angle to create a lovely angled look. Like I said, the potential for these, for you to build up a different style of easel, I just think is absolutely fabulous. What about having it coming off the other side as well? So you've got it going all the way around. around. I think that would be lovely. Pictures of your loved ones behind
That's what
there.
I was about to say. So if you do what you just suggested a minute ago on the other side as well, you know, and you could have maybe like the grandparents in the middle and then one grandchild on one side, one on the other.
Oh,
and then,
I
do you know
love
what
that.
I mean? You could have that little, kind of like a family tree within that
the
easel.
family tree. I love that idea.
Family
I wish
easel.
I'd thought of that one before I started all my prep. I absolutely love that idea. But they are all gorgeous designs, and the capability that you've got by using them in lots of different ways, for me, is always a key thing when I'm looking at a die. I know Craig's exactly the same.
Yep.
I want something that offers me more than one job. Yes, this is created for the easels and with ease as well, but the capability of taking it into lots of other different styles of crafting is just phenomenal. It really, really is. So shall I show you how you use them? And I did say I was going to bring in something else, and I am going to bring in something else. I'm going to bring in one of the birthday month stamps, because I love this one. I've gone for October. Any guesses why, Joe? Any guesses why, Craig?
No.
Why have I gone for the month of October?
Someone's birthday in October?
No, I'm June. I'm June. Can't say no.
You little comic.
Yours.
Less than 2 weeks apparently, isn't it?
It's a week tomorrow.
Oh,
a week
shut the front
tomorrow. Just thought I'd get that in there, throw that in there. Should anybody want to send any birthday cards or anything like that, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, feel the love, feel the love.
Head office.
Right, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to use them. And the dies that I've gone for, I've actually gone for the circles. I was going to go for the flowers, so I feel like I'm, I feel terrible because I told producer Erin that I was going to do the flowers. But I changed it up and I forgot to tell her that I was changing it up. However, I'm going to go in first of all with the scallop design, because this is what's going to create me the 3 easels that I'm looking for. The other 3 dies, as you can see, fit inside, so they're the ones that are going to create the mat. Now, there is also the potential of using those 3 on their own, should you wish to. If you don't want to do any matting and layering, you could use those 3 and create some easels as well. So, potential-wise, again, a lot on there. You've got that lovely decorative element, the stopper on there as well, and we've also got that lovely word, hello. But for now, what I'm going to show you is how to use them to create your easels and do it a little bit easier. I mean, you could... this is entirely up to you. You could cut 2 or 3 pieces in the largest, 3 pieces in the middle size, 3 pieces in that size, and then put them all together. However, I'm going to show you a little way that you can use them to create an easel a little bit quicker by simply taking a piece of cardstock and fold it in half. And what we're going to do is we're going to level that over and just overhang it. Can you see it where it slightly overhangs at the top so it stays connected into the cardstock? The power of the Gemini, we know, is absolutely immense. So we know for a fact that we are going to get straight away a good cut out of that one, the 2 pieces of cardstock put together. So I'm just going to hold it down with a little bit of low tack tape. So I'm just going to pop that on, just onto there. I've taken another piece of cardstock and I'm going to repeat that exactly the same with this one and give it that little bit of an overhang, just hanging over the edge of the fold, so you can see there. And again, it kind of speeds up that process of creating the easel rather than cutting it out. Yeah, do you do it this way as well, Craig?
Yep.
Yeah, I just find it a lot easier doing it this way, but there's nothing to stop you from cutting out 3 solid ones of this and then putting them together either. So it's entirely up to you. I think it's a personal preference really this sometimes.
I think
but
so
again,
as well.
yeah, it's just sometimes I like to make crafting a bit easier. I was talking to Joe about this last night. Crafting shouldn't be hard work, it should be actually fun. And the dies that we create here at Crafters absolutely give you that capability to make crafting easier. So I'm going to use the Gemini Junior and I'm going to pop this through on a normal platform of thin metal die and run that through, and that's going to cut through both pieces of the cardstock. If you've got the larger Gemini, you could be popping all those pieces on in one go, but I'm going to do them each in individual ones. And then I'll show you how you're going to put that together as well. So literally take off there and you can see how easy that has cut through there. Absolutely amazing. I mean, we all know the power of the Gemini, and just because we've gone smaller doesn't mean to say that the capability is any less, because it's not. So we've got the first base of the largest one, and then we're going to repeat that. I'll do it with the second one, but then I've already got one pre-cooked, Craig.
I did intend to swap over for your large Gemini, because I know you like that one as well.
I do,
went
yes.
Went in my head a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. My largest one sits on my desk all the time. Me junior sits underneath. Me Go sits in the bag.
Yeah.
Me little Mini sits on top of me large Gemini, and the MIDI sits on the table as well, because I do use it. Craig knows me really well, and that's exactly what I do. I use my largest one, and then I can swap my plates around depending on what I want to do.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. You can.
I'm actually got myself. I'm going to put my order in for my Gemini Pro. I've decided, yes, I've decided, not that I'm going to upgrade, because that sounds wrong when I say upgrade, but I want the bigger capability. So that's what that's my purchase, and that's my little birthday treat to myself. So yes, that's going to be winging its way to me very soon.
Well deserved for sure, absolutely.
I know, I've been wanting it for ages, Craig. I had to wait for it to come back in stock.
Yeah.
I thought it were going to be hanging around for ages. I never realised it were going to be a while before we got it back in stock.
Debbie, just quickly, Carolyn on Facebook is saying, what is the largest die size on the easel dies?
All right, not a problem. I shall just measure that for you, because it does give you the information on here, and it talks about the size. So this one is 5.1 inches by 5, so that's the largest. And when you pop it onto you can see it creates that. It's a nice, let me pop it there for you so you can see it. It's a nice large die, so yes. But obviously, if you're making an easel card, you're going to extend that whichever way you're going. If you're going downwards, you're going to extend it. Yeah. But the largest die itself is just shy of 5 by 5. So again, a really nice size there. Right, so that's all my 3 pieces cut. Debbie, what did you do with it? Oh, it's 1, 2. Where's my big one? 3. Just for a minute then, nearly lost it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut yourself another 3 of 1, 1 and 1. So for that I mean, let me grab mine, what I've already done.
Reminds me of little clamshells for some
They
reason.
do, aren't they lovely? I really do love this. I love all of them, not going to lie. I love all of the designs. They've all been created for a reason, but this one's got a lovely thing to it. But again, we've got 1, 2 and 3. So you can see now what you've got is the base of the easel and then the mat that's going to go on the top. But at the moment, there's nothing there to show that it's an easel. No. So this is when you're going to bring your scoreboard in. So for that reason, let me just move that to one side for a second. Let's do this one by one.
Adrienne on YouTube saying the heart easel is the very first card I made with these dies.
Oh.
What a good one to do as well.
Oh, what I love easel, I don't know about you, Craig, but easels I do love. And these make them so much easier, you know, instead of having to cut them out, measure them and do all that kind of thing, because it's all done for you. Now, popping it onto your scoreboard, what we need to do is create the fold that goes to create the easel where the base is going to sit on. So you're just going to take it in. Now, obviously how I've overhung mine, it sits on the 4 line, so I know that I can go in at 2 inches to get that middle one, and that means there that creates now, and you're just going to give it a little score, it creates the base of your easel, and then your large panel sits onto the front like so. So that's how you create your easel card. Perfect. And you're going to repeat that with your smaller ones as well. So you're going to put your next size down and just take a look at the sizing and then half the size. So for this one, I've got 3 1/4. So we're going to go in at just over the 1.5 mark. So I'm going to take that. There we go.
And
that's your next one.
It doesn't really matter if you're not quite at the halfway point,
not at all, not at all, because they're going to sit behind each other, and you can see it doesn't really matter. As long as it's around the halfway, it's absolutely fine. And then we're going to do exactly the same with a smaller one. Let me just take that tape off, because I've left a bit of tape on there. We're going to do exactly the same with the small one, and again, roughly around the halfway. And you can visually see where that roughly is. So again, just placing that on. There we go, and then give it a nice burnish, so that you end up with 3 that all have their own little, their own little easel. Even doing little dinkos. Do you know what I thought about with this one, Craig? I thought about little name places, on weddings. The small one, where you could create and then pop your name on there for that nice little easel sat on all those kind of things. Table. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to say Christmas table as well. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do, Craig, is I'm going to let me just. Tell you what, let me do a bit of tidying up, getting a little bit messy here. Let me move all me
Just to say then, Anne on YouTube, she's just ordered them. You know, she's ordered the easel die set, and we've got...
At that price, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
Yeah, not surprised in
And
the
Leslie on YouTube
slightest.
said these just had to make their way into my basket and checked out. Brilliant. Debbie said those prices there on these ones, which you're going to use so many times for sure.
You are indeed. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick all my bases together. So for this, what I'm going to do is to create the easel where the base sits, we're just going to put glue onto the bottom half panel. So you're not going to put it all the way across, you're just going to pop it onto this bottom panel. So I'm going to use my tape pen for this, super strong glue, as we know, and I'm going to try and match this up the best way that I can. So by using that design, I'm going to sit that onto the top, so that it sits perfectly and creates me the perfect easel. So you can see now I've got the perfect easel there. And I'm going to repeat that with all of them. So we're going to go next one.
Isn't it funny how you think, once you do the cutting stages like you've done, Debbie, you think, okay, how's it going to be an easel? And that one score line, and straight away it's like, there
instant.
it is. There's the easel.
Absolutely instant. It really, really is. And again, like I said, you could use these individually. You could create yourself 3 small, from a large to a small, medium size to a small one. You can create those in an instant and have them separate if that's what you want to do. So honestly, just a great concept. They really are. And then again, as I'm doing with the smallest one, exactly the same as I've done with the other 2, is I've just matched it up to the design so that it sits nice and neatly. So it's got that lovely smooth transition, and I'm just going to give it an extra little burnish just on the other side so that it sits quite proudly when you've got them all together. Sometimes it's about that the burnishing, that makes things stand proud. So you can see it's not even got a stopper on at the minute, Craig, but giving it that extra little crease with your bone folder or with your tool that you have on your scoring board, it just makes them sit nice and proudly. So again, I'm just going to do that with the same on the large one, and I'm just going to give it a little extra burnish across there. And I've got myself 3 easels now, and again, this is when you can literally play around with them. Let me turn it that way so I can show you what I mean. So you could sit them literally, so that, and another thing, if you're doing it this way, Craig, as you'll know, is the only one stopper you need then is at the very front.
That's right, yeah.
Because these will act as a stopper for each individual one when you layer them up like so. Now, there's other ways that you can play with them, so you can have them going on an angle, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have mine on an angle just down here. Yeah, and again, you've got all of these other elements to play with. So you've got the lovely decorative part. You have got that stopper as well, so you've got 2 parts there. They've got their own mat and layer as well, Craig, because you've got the same design going around there.
Right enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it just it's a real nice set to have. So what I'm going to do now though is create myself the panels that are going to sit on the inside before I actually put it all together, and that's when these will come in. Now you could use these for papers. You could do contrasting papers that are going to sit in the middle. I'm actually going to cut mine with some Nina card. So I'm going to pop some Nina card on because I'm going to use those birthday stamps that I was talking about just a second ago. So let's pop that on and bring that in, and I think I might get that all in one go, Craig. Oh, yep, absolutely fine.
Debbie, Robbie on Facebook made a good point as well, saying the easel cards, they're so easy to make and people are always amazed by them when you get the easel cards. Love making them. That's right enough though, isn't it? You know, you give them one of the easel cards and once they open it up, you think, oh wow, how did you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the dies that do all the hard work. You get creative, so you can have them in any shape that you want, any style that you want, but you know that you've got all the dies to create them with ease. So again, I'm just going to move those to one side, lift that off, and now I've got my 3 panels which are going to sit in each one perfectly. So you can see now that sits inside. Now at the minute, looking a little bit bland because it's white on white. However, I do like a bit of white on white. I don't know about you, Craig.
I'm the same.
Yeah, something stylish about white on white. However, I did say I was going to bring in the birthday stamps. So I'm going to go in with my stamping platform and my stamping mat. Let's just move those to one side for the time being. And then we're going to create some stamped images to colour in. Now, I'm not going to spend all my time colouring in, Craig, because I'm conscious you've got more demos planned.
Oh, I could watch you all day, Debbie.
But what I am going to do is, and I love this one, this is the marigold. Never realised that my birthday month was a marigold Craig. Never realised.
Did you not know
No, I
that?
didn't know that was my floral month. And these have been designed by the very talented Sarah Kay, haven't they?
way.
Absolutely amazing talent she is.
Amazing.
And they are beautiful. I love what she creates with these. So depending on what you're going to colour them in with will dependent on the ink pad that you use. Because I coloured mine in with Tri-Blends, I use the alcohol-proof ink pad. We're just going to place that onto there and stamp that down. And there you've got your first image ready for colouring in. And then the next bit, I'm going to play with those stamps. So I'm going to play with the stamps again and create little background panels. So that's going to be my main one. And then my other two that I've got here, I'm going to have a little play. So we've got a lovely script on there that you can pop in your own sentiment. Let's have a play with this one. And then we're just going to literally do a little bit of background work with it. So first of all, let me move that one out of the way. I'll come back to
Isn't it
that.
lovely how much even just that plain edge circle has framed that stamp that you just done a moment ago?
Yes,
Just brings
yeah.
it just nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, and sometimes we get caught up on doing things like creating coloured backgrounds and things
Exactly,
like that, but sometimes we forget the stamps that we have in our collection, which mean you can create your own background stamps as well. So you could do
100%.
all these things and create your own. And I know you love doing this, Craig. I'm exactly the same. I like to create my own background paper
Absolutely.
sometimes. So, oops, don't worry about that stamping on
Do
there.
you know who
Don't
likes seeing it
apologise.
as well?
You what, sorry,
Do
Craig?
you know who likes seeing it as well?
Oh, I know. I
Erin
know.
in the gallery. She likes seeing it as well.
Does she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise. Right, so I'm going to pop that onto here, put them back on. So I've created myself a little background one there. So again, we're going to colour that one in a minute. So I've got my main one, got my background one, and then the script one. How are we doing for time, Craig? Are we all right for time?
We've got about 3 minutes.
Should be okay. Should be okay, she says.
If anyone can, Debbie.
So I'm going to put my scroll in the centre, and then I'm going to add my own little word on there. Obviously, you take a little bit more time. I've got some nice ones on here. Autumn is Nature's Paintbrush, Warm Wishes. You've got October Marigolds. You've got You Have a Heart of Gold, which you certainly do. Both of you do. I nearly forgot. I nearly forgot.
I know,
It's so
Joe's
quiet.
always been in the
I've never known him so
corner,
quiet. But I think I am going to go with the autumn one. So we'll pop that in there. Because autumn, I don't know about you, Craig, isn't it a lovely time of the year?
Love it. As
It's
much
the
as I love the
colours.
heat and the sun, yeah, I love the autumn time. It's the colours. Love it.
Absolutely. So all I'm going to do now is just stamp that in there. So autumn is Nature's Paintbrush. And again, you've created your own little background there as well. Let me just chuck those down there for a second. So once you add your colour, once I've done, I prepped mine the other night, Craig, so the minute you add the colour, it literally just
Look at
pops,
that.
and it just literally pops. And I'm like with you, Craig, I'm on Craig's train where I always pop a little bit of a ice grey or a lighter colour just around the back of
Yeah.
the stamp to make it pop off there. And they're now going to sit onto our easel cards because rather than adding paper, sometimes I think it's nice just to do it this
Absolutely.
way. So
Completely
again,
agree.
I'm just going to pop my panel just onto the first one. So we're going to go with that one.
I think because you've got the scallop at the back of it as well, as much
Yes.
as you know, as much as I go on about mats and layers, because you've got that scallop that's a different shape, you don't necessarily need it because the colours just, I hate saying this, Debbie, it makes the colours pop. I hate
Yes.
saying that, but it does. It's the best way to explain it.
It really, really does. The colour just brings
Yeah.
them to life, doesn't it? And you can see that quite clearly right now. Where's my small one gone? There we go. I'm going to have to make sure I tidy up really quickly, Craig. I've made a right mess. I've only been
don't
here
be
2
daft.
minutes. Look at state. It's absolutely filthy back in here. But again, I'm just going to pop that on. There we go. And then I'm going to now place those into place where I want them. Now, I could have done the inserts as well. And I'm deciding, do you know what I thought? No, I'm going to keep it nice and plain. So I'm going to just pop these on. Now, again, like I said, it's entirely up to you where you put them. You could literally pop them going forward in front of each other. And if you are going to do that, in fact, do you know what? Shall we do that? I'll show you the. Yeah, I'm going to show you the traditional way. But you can play around with these and have them in all sorts of shapes. But I'll go the traditional way. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the second one on and roughly so that this one stands up behind find it roughly about halfway down. So let's pop that on.
Debbie, there's so much love for this demo, and actually your top as well, but the demo, everyone's loving this one.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. So I'm just going to lay that flat so you can see how to pop it on into place. And before I commit to sticking that down, I'm going to make sure I've got that in a really good central place so that my easel will sit side by side in front of each other. So I just want to make sure I'm going to go a little bit, I think I'm just going a little bit higher.
Got an interesting question here as well. I'll ask you, Debbie. Evelyn on Facebook is saying, I have a hard time figuring out the envelopes when I make the triple easel cards.
Okay.
Any tips? So have you got any?
I would say, so let's do this one first. Let's put this together. What I would do is when you're making your card envelopes.
I think you're about to say what I think as well.
Well, I would literally flatten mine and then I would measure it. So let's measure this. So this measures at right, so roughly we're going to go for a 7 by 5 envelope, because all I want you to do is think about when you've got it flat, how you measure. Is that what you were going to say as well?
I was actually waiting to say something different. I was actually waiting to say, if you've got an envelope there that you know you want to pop it in, put the envelope flat, then arrange it around the top of the envelope before you stick it, and then that way you're going to get it in the right position of the envelope.
Yeah, that's another good one, yeah.
Ways, but 2 ways it would work really well.
Absolutely. So I'm using my word for this one, Craig, as the stopper, but can you see now each one fits in front of each other like so, and like I said, you could have those going to the side, you could extend that if you want, but these act, can you see behind each layer, acts as a stencil, apart from a little wonky one at the bottom because I've just gone slightly wonky, but what I've done is I've used the word hello as the stopper rather than the stopper that's on there. But again, just showing you how literally they can all work together, because they are fabulous. And again, you could go down, you could go this way, you could go across. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can use them. And again, just absolutely fabulous. But yeah, top tips there, 2 top tips about the envelopes. I personally would flatten it, measure it, and then work out the envelope size that I need. So I know that this one will fit in a 5 by 7 one there.
Well, after that demonstration, there's a few of you, a few of the names already read out that said that have already purchased them. Well, not already, but because of what you're doing, they've purchased them already. Suzette on Facebook is saying, I did not order these first time round, but I am thinking about it. Well, after seeing what Debbie's done and also the price on the screen, that is definitely, if that's not just tipped you over the edge, then I'm sure later on will, but I would get ahead there right now on our website, get them in, get them checked out, and they will be yours. So Debbie, she used the circles from this full collection, which is the triple easel 5-pack collection, but in total you're actually getting 53 elements, which are all dies. Now £49 or $62 for you guys stateside does work out actually just over a 50% saving on the today's price, but platinum price comes down to £39.20 or $49.60. For that price, as I said a moment ago, go across to our website, crafterscompine.co.uk.com.eu, get them into your basket, and I would get them checked out relatively soon as well, because I don't know if they're both laughing here. I didn't actually catch.
Can you repeat that, Erin?
Can you repeat what you said, Erin? Because I didn't catch it.
That's what I was laughing at. I was laughing at what producer Erin said.
She just said, just kick him out.
She said, just kick him out. Kick him out of the space.
Go on,
so does that mean you've got to come and kick me out of my space then, Craig?
Yeah.
Have I got to give up my space? Well, I tell you what, I'll see you all later. 7 p.m. UK time. And Craig, conversion. 7 p.m. UK time?
2 p.m. East Coast.
10 a.m. Eastern.
Teamwork is the dream work.
2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific.
Thank you very much. So I shall see you all later. Craig, I can see you sharpening up the boot to get ready to boot me out this end, out that end. So I'll see you all later.
We'll see Debbie back here, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. For you West Coasters. Now, not only did Debbie use those amazing triple easel dies there, she was also using the birthday month florals. Now, these are awesome because I think these are fantastic just to get you out a bit of a hole, especially, you know, maybe if you make cards for other people and they come to you and say, oh, I need a card for X, Y, or Z, and you're always going to say, aren't you, well, what is it they're into? And the problem is, half the time you turn around and go, well, I don't really know. Well, these are the dies and stamps that are going to get you out of that hole, because everyone's got a birthday month, therefore everyone has a birthday month floral. So they are really awesome to have in your stash for those kind of situations. And I love the idea of learning about all the different birthday months there are. These are the stamps. You're also going to get the dies in order to cut the main floral element and then the embellishing floral elements as well. So you're going to be able to create something with great dimension. So January is all about the carnation, as you can see just there. This one here is February, which is your primrose. Now, what you get is a floral element, you get sentiments in here, and then these little embellishing elements as well for you, which is fantastic. So that is February. March is all about the daffodils. Now, these have all been designed to be coloured as well with your colouring medium, so they are loads and loads of fun to colour up as well. This one here is April, and that is the daisy. That's super cute, that one, isn't it? Then we go to this one here, May, which is lily of the valley. So some maybe more uncommon or unusual flowers within here too. June is the rose. Then we have Debs, Celeb Debs as we're calling her now. Hers is this one here, October, the marigold. As you can see, do love that you're getting the scroll in here, and that's going to be great to pop these little sentiments into, should you wish as well. Then this one here is your chrysanthemum, which is a beautiful, beautiful one. And then, of course, December is going to be your poinsettia, as you can see right there. Best ever deal on these. Look at the saving. £123.88 or $144.40. That is an incredible, incredible saving. That means, yeah, I think the Platinum members are saving close to double what they're spending here. £64 or $76 if you want to get your hands on those. Lots of you loving these. Aisha saying, what is that price? OMG, that is such a steal. Talking about these floral stamps. Absolutely, it is best ever price on those. I think if you thought about them first time round, there's never been a more affordable time to grab your hands on them. Get your hands on them, grab them, snap them up. You know what I'm saying. Craig, what have you got for us next?
We're going to end today's wake-up call with a Sarah's signature, and we're going back to our vintage diary collection, which if you've not got your hands on it, today is absolutely the day because you're going to be saving over 40%. If you actually go for the big bundle that we've got today, that is also coming up later on in the day, it works out that you're also saving an extra £10, $10, €10 than if you were to go for it individually. But this is the vintage diary collection. So in total, you're getting 30 embellishments, 50 elements, 36 sheets. Actually, do you know what? Even the quantities on the screen doesn't do it justice as to how much you're actually getting.
Absolutely.
Because you're getting twine, you're getting ribbons, you're getting the stamps, you're getting the dies, you're getting, of course, your embellishments as well, your paper pads, you're getting rub-ons, you're getting Debbie Fisher's favourite, where you've got your little wax seal in there as well. You're getting so much within these ones here. So with today's price, which even at that is a really good one at £87.05 or $119.03. With the platinum price, it does come down more than that, and it comes down to £69.64 or $95.22. And I'm going to show you what you're going to be getting. But what I am going to do is I'm going to kind of speed through it because I want to do a bit of a demo before we end the show. But what we've got is the wax seal. So you've got a couple of different wax seal icons that you can be using for your envelopes, of course, but then maybe you want to do your embellishments. Then what we've got is the cotton ribbon packs. So you're actually getting 3 meters on each of them. So 2 reels, but 3 meters on each. Then you're getting your 10 pack of metal charms. So you've already got that nice vintage gold tones, but using your classics tri-blends, you can start to, of course, change the colour slightly if you want to, or maybe you want to use them with your mixed media elements. Then we've got the wooden frames and corners, so you get double what you're seeing here. Again, you can be inking them if you want. You've got 30 meters of your traditional jute twine within these ones here. So this is going to work really, really well with that vintage theme, hence why it's in the collection. You've got the feathered quill die, which it just reminds me of Christmas Carol, Muppets Christmas Carol, anything to do with Scrooge. I just think of that one. Then key to my heart. You've got the key, you've got the lock as well. So that gives you a really nice embossed detail too that we can just see shining onto the die. Then we've got the pocket watch. This has got the die and the stamp to coordinate with each other. What we've then got is the antique frame stamp. So you've got the stamp, you've got the die as well. I'm actually going to set that to the side for a moment because it actually does work in conjunction with something else. Tag dies, When aren't you going to be using these, even on a daily basis? You've got all of these ones. You've got tags and banner dies. Then you've got the page edge die. So this actually creates two edges to your pages, gives you that torn look as well as that torn look out of a ring binder sort of feel to it. We've got the exquisite embellishments on this one here. So all of these are actually stamped, so you've got a few of them on them. Perfectly Parisian stamp set on this one here. So you've got a lot of those very vintage tones. Then this is when I'm going to quickly bring that one back in, because some of these really, really small sentiments on here, these fit actually in with that stamp and die here. So that's the Adoring Sentiment stamps. We've got the Dear Diary embossing folder. We've got a Moment in Time 3D embossing folder. We've got 6x6 ribbons, rub-ons. We've got 12 by 12 luxury pads, 24 sheets. We've got vellums, as well as the pad that I showed a minute ago. All of that you are getting for that unbelievably price.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Screens.
What I would
Really
say
good.
as well, though, Craig, is that I know there are some smaller bundles available. The best way to get the best value is to go for absolutely all of it.
Absolutely.
However, this large collection right here that Craig's just taken you through is already 80% sold through. So I'm not sure if it's going to make it to that later Creative Craving show. I feel like we may lose the big collection. We may lose a couple of the smaller bundles as well. So if there's something you've got your eye on, either with the smaller bundles or with the big collection, I would definitely say act sooner rather than later, because as I said,
100%.
80% now of that large collection is sold through. Lots of love for it as well. In the comments, Beth saying this is my all-time favourite collection. Michelle says there are some pieces from the diary collection that I still need. Suzette loves it, says I've just ordered the pieces that I didn't have. And Teresa says I picked up the pocket watch and the embossing folder as well. Absolutely, it's all available individually for you. Best way to get the best value is to go for the large collection.
It is indeed. So what I've done, taken some craft card, it is 9x7. I've then scored at 1.5 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches, and then 7.5 inches. And then what I'm going to do is into the top of the 3-inch line, I'm going to score from there all the way down at an angle. We're going to do the same from here at the bottom of that 3-inch line. So we can see how we've got that. Let's go that way. See how we've got that crisscross going. So we've got a line all the way down, and then we've got a crisscross. What I would do is exactly the same on this side here. In actual fact, I will need to do that. So top corner down into the beginning of the 7.5 mark. So we're going to go in here. This is when your black line comes in really handy on your scoreboards. Your scoreboards don't come with the black line, but it's always handy to put them down that halfway point, which for this one is 4 inches. So we're going to then fold and burnish all of these ones. So each of these lines, we're going to then fold, burnish, we're going to go in at each of these angles here. You'd spend a lot more time than I am, because we want to create a really, really fancy shape for this card, which I think will actually work well for your vintage diary. But then there's none stopping you bringing in some bright colours as well if you want. You can do that. So then what I'm going to do, so let's make sure I've got all them ones in. So we're then going to start to fold that one in here and that one in here. So we've got there and then there. So let's just neaten that one up. So what you'll start to see, so if I fold that back on itself, we get this fancy shape. So I'm going to then, let's straighten that one up there. And then what we can do is exactly the same on this one here. I'm then going to then tuck these ones in there, tuck that one in here. So then we start to get this really fancy shape that we've got here. So then what I've already done, using some of the vellums or papers, I've already gone in and pre-measured these ones. Well, in actual fact, I didn't actually measure them. I just cut them all to the same size as these panels and then split them up with my guillotine. So I'm then going to come in here, and then what we're going to start to do, Joe, is layer these up, and then we'll finish it off with a few embellishments from the Vintage Diary collection.
Amazing. Loads of people are still loving this as well. Joy says, I do love the pocket watch. A lot of you talking about that pocket watch. Yes, you'll be seeing more demonstrations on this, of course, in that later Creative Craving show, 7 p.m. here in the UK, which is 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. For you guys across on the West Coast. Whether the full collection will be here, though, remains to be seen.
I don't know.
I'm not sure it's going to be. Not at the rate that it's been going already during this wake-up call. And remember as well, Craft Vault coming your way too. 3 p.m. In the UK, 10 a.m. for East Coasters, 7 a.m. if you're over on the West Coast. Not often we have a Craft Vault, is it, Craig? It's nice to see one of those on the schedule.
It's nice just popping up, and it's as much as it's so nice to actually do them, it's going to be lovely watching Sarah back doing them. That'll be fine. See what deals we've got.
Oh yeah, absolutely, loads of deals. And do go ahead and go over onto, after this show, pop yourself back over to the end of summer sale section of the website, because I know lots of you have been shopping in your droves out, 70% off, but we have added a load of extra new items just for today as well. So if you haven't checked it today, go and have a look at some of the extra juicy new sale items that have been added over there.
You've got off lightly, Joe, because I was getting Ben the other day to say it was the start of the end of the summer clearance sale.
The start of the end?
When it started, because it's the end of the summer clearance sale.
It's the end of summer clearance, isn't it?
Yeah, so at the start, it was the start
of the end
of the summer clearance sale. And in the middle, it was the middle of the end of the, and yeah, I don't think he was too enamored.
I'm confused
with me,
already. It finishes today. If you want a deal, if you need a bargain in your life, then today is the day to snap it up. That's all I know.
It does indeed. I need to go across and have a look myself and see what else I need. So let's pop that one there. Pop these ones here. So what I'm then going to do, how long have I got, Erin? Rightio. So what we're going to do is let's bring in a couple of these bits that I've already done. So I've gone in with our lovely looking quill and feather, and then I'm also going to come in with the other one. So it's exactly the same, but I've gone in with some of the dark cardstock, some of the vellum. And same with the ink pot. What I've done is I've cut that one, because this is the stamp, this is the die that you get. And with this one, what I've done is I've backed it on the back and gone in with a little bit of gold. So it's a little bit of gold just shining through. Shining through. So let's pop that one to the side. And then using this one is the Exquisite Embellishments. I've stamped out the books that we can see here. I've also stamped out the envelopes, and I've even stamped out a couple of these little postmarks that we can see here. These are so cute, so good to use on your cards. And then I have used a combination of coral blend, muted brown blend, and then vintage blue blend to colour the books in. So that was the tri-blends. And then when it comes to the letters, what I've done is I used the light end of the muted brown blend. I always have to watch when I say the brown blends, and start to colour these ones in. And then the other thing that I've done with the stamp set and the die, this is one of my favourites out the set, it's the antique frame. So you've got two stamps that we showed you on the board, and then I've also die cut it out. And then you can choose any of the sentiments that you want from the Adoring Sentiments. And then your larger ones will fit within the middle here. And then the really small Diddy one is then going to fit within this really small stamp as well. So it all works beautifully well together. Can change the look if you want to go a little bit brighter. Again, it's up to yourself. But just let your creativity just flow. Just sit down and see what you come up with.
Is there a special name for this card concept, Craig?
I don't think so, not that I've seen before anyway. I did see an idea of it when I was scouring Pinterest last week, and I thought, oh, I quite like that style. The one I seen was a little bit smaller, so I made it a bit bigger. But it's nice, it's something a little bit different. So I'm going to pop that one within the middle here. And then I think what we can do is I'm going to go back. I'd spend more time doing exactly what Debbie was going over earlier about burnishing the edges. That's going to enable it to stay in a little bit better. But let's go in with my books. So that then could sit down into here. So we're building up our own little collage part into here. And then let's go in with probably, no, let's do that into here. Be a little bit like a shutter card where it just closes in on each other. So we can go here. Then I think let's go, I'm going to tuck both these feathers underneath here. Do them together. Add in my tape. It'll be a really nice card. And you could theme this one as a Christmas theme if you want, because you've got that Christmas Carol sort of look to it. Maybe use the papers from Sarah's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. But you can do that. So I'm going to pop that one there. Maybe we'd have put that feather there, but I'll leave it where it is. Let's pop that one up. I'm going to tuck that one, was that the right way? Not that it really matters, but let's tuck that one in there. And then what I am going to do is let's just put this one on a foam pad. All these panels, you can of course ink if you want to, or even gold gilding wax. Would look lovely. And I think that's all my bits. Once again, Joe, I would burnish all of these bits. But then
beautiful.
What we've got is a really, really bit of a different shape card that we can see here that you've got. So keeping it very simple, going to the full extent of going completely different, home decor, all these sorts of things you can be using. But if you want to see it again in a lot more detail with Debbie and Joe, that's going to be Creative Cravens, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, where she's going to be showing you a lot more. But platinum price for all of that one, £69.64 or $95.24 for all of you guys stateside.
Excellent. We better do a demo of the show, hadn't we, Craig? I've got, which one have you got? Let's go with, we'll say number one is Debbie's, which is this one that I've got just over here, that triple easel. So one for Debbie's.
So Debbie's is one. Right,
yeah?
Okay.
Is that right?
I was just going to do them in order.
Oh, okay. So one.
Number one. So number one's the box.
The box, one.
Number one. Debbie's number two.
Two.
And then, yep.
Two.
And number three.
Three. Right, you've got like 90 seconds to get your votes in, which is excellent. So absolutely keep getting those votes in. The other thing I need to tell you about is the Hero Talk, which is down here. And I know you're going to absolutely love this. It is our Midas metallic ink pad. So these are brilliant because they act and behave the same as your opaque pigment ink pads, but they've got added shiny in there as well. They've got that really lovely metallic shine to them. So you've got in here your red garnet, jade green, the amethyst, pink lace is in there for you, and you've also got platinum in there. We're also going to give you too the 9x12 Spectrum Noir black card pad within there as well, which is the perfect medium to use these onto, which is fantastic. So make sure you snap those up. Demo of the show is number 3, Craig. Number 3.
Number 3. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's amazing. Lots of people really loving that. Mary Kay Noel loves that card. Marsha loves the colours too. Remember, end of summer sale, new lines added today as well. So make sure you get yourself over to the website and have a little look at all those extra bits. There's loads of goodies over there, isn't there, Craig?
There's loads. Lots and lots of them. So heading across there, you're going to see lots of things, whether it's paper craft, whether it's going to be things like your dies or stamps. There's even things that have only just launched today as well. So if you think, well, I've already been there, I've already had a look, go across, have another look again, because there's going to be some things that you've not seen that have been added in, especially for the final day. So there you go. Make sure you head across there and then have a look. But let's have a look and see what we've got coming up on the remaining of the day on Crafters TV, which is going to be, of course, the next one, which is all about the Craft Vault. That's going to be with Sarah and Joe herself. So that one's going to be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Debbie's going to be back for the Creative Cravens, also with Joe. 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time for you guys. I am away to toddle off home because I've got some prep for the next couple of days, whereas I'm going to be back again tomorrow, myself and Joe. Actually, I kind of assume, Joe, that you're going to come in tomorrow for Wake Up Call.
Of course, Craig. I wouldn't miss Wake Up Call with you on my fake Friday. Absolutely not. I'll be here with you. Always,
Excellent.
Craig. Always here waiting for you.
Fab. That's great. Well, we will see Joe later on with Sarah and then Debbie. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place for a Wake Up Call. Thank you so much for Erin and George for being in today. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Have a lovely rest of the day watching the team here on Crafters TV, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.